In this my channel, I will bring in topics on mathematics. I'll be teaching mathematics topics, and then today I'm going to begin with fractions. We'll look at definition of fractions. We'll look at examples of fractions, types of fraction with their examples. We'll look at equivalent fractions, addition of fractions in terms of their types, and then we try to solve problems in the fractions. Now let me start with definition of fraction. Definition of fraction. What is a fraction? A fraction is simply a part of a whole. Part of a whole. Live examples of fraction: if I bring an orange and I divide it into two equal parts, you see that each of it is a what? Fraction. The fraction here is half and the other one is half. And when you join the half together, you are still going to get a whole orange. Now also, if I should divide that orange into 4 places, this is live examples of fractions. If I divide that orange into 4 equal parts, each of those parts is 1/4. That is a fraction. 1/4, 1/4, 1/4. That is like this. Remember, I say fractions. Fraction is a part of a whole. Now, if I divide a fraction, if I get, assuming this is my orange, I divide it into 2 equal parts. This one is half fraction. This one is also half fraction. Now, if I should go further to take this orange and divide it into 4 equal parts, each one of these is what? 1/4. This one is 1/4. This one is also 1/4. And this one is also 1/4. These are live examples of what? Fractions. Now we have 3 types of fractions. We have 3 types of fractions. We have 3 types of fraction. Types of fractions. Number 1, I have proper fraction. Proper fraction, they are simply fraction whose numerator is less than the denominator. Now, that is, we look at before I talk about types of fraction, every fraction has parts. What are the parts of a fraction? It involves the numerator and the what? Denominator. Every fraction has a numerator and a denominator. Now, for proper fraction, the numerator is less than the denominator. That is why it is called a proper fraction. The numerator is less than the denominator. Example, you have half is a proper fraction. You have 2/3, a proper fraction. 3/5, proper fraction. 11/15, proper fraction. 21/35, etc. These are examples of what? Proper fraction, because the numerator is less than the denominator. Now we move to the second type of fraction. We have improper fraction. Improper fraction. Improper fraction is simply fractions. Improper fraction is simply fractions whose numerator is greater than the denominator. Or I put it the other way around. The denominator is less than the numerator. Remember, I said either you say the denominator is less than the numerator, or you say the numerator is greater than the denominator. Example of improper fraction, I have 5 over 3, 7 over 5, 20 over 3, etc. These are examples of what? Improper fraction. The next type of fraction we'll talk about is mixed fraction. Mixed fraction. Now, mixed fraction are simply fractions that has two parts. The first part is a whole number part, and the other part is the proper fraction part. Mixed fraction contains two parts: whole number and proper fraction. Mixed fraction contains whole number. Mixed fraction contains whole number and proper fraction. Example, I have two whole number, 1 over 3 is a mixed fraction. 5 whole number, 2 over 5 is a mixed fraction. 11 whole number, 1 over 4 is a mixed fraction, etc. These are examples of what? Mixed fractions. Another thing I want us to talk about under this topic is equivalent fraction. We need to know, we're hearing about equivalent fraction. What actually is equivalent fraction? Okay, equivalent fraction is another thing we'll consider under this topic. They are simply fractions that are gotten when a particular number is used. A particular number is used to multiply both the numerator and the denominator. It becomes equivalent fraction to the original fraction. Example: if I have 1 over 5 as a fraction and I multiply it by 5 over 5, it will give me 5 over 25. This means that 5 over 25 is equivalent fraction to 1 over 5. I hope you've gotten that. Okay. Now, if I have 1 over 3 as a fraction and I multiply it by 2 over 2, the same number, you'll see it will give me 2 over 6. 2 over 6 is equivalent fraction to 1 over 3. That's what equivalent fraction is all about. When you use a particular number to multiply a fraction, that is, you multiply the numerator. I should start. Equivalent fraction, like I said, like if you have 1 over 3 and you multiply it by 2 over 2, remember the same number, you use it to multiply the numerator and use it to multiply the denominator. It gives you 2 over 6. 2 over 6 is equivalent fraction to 1 over 3. That is what equivalent fraction, what it's all about. Now, the next thing we are going to look at is addition of fractions. We'll start with addition of proper fractions. How do we add them? Addition of fractions. Addition of fractions, we have proper fraction. We want to add proper fractions together and see what the answer will be. Example, I have 1 over 2 plus 1 over 3. We want to add 1 over 2 and 1 over 3 together. What is it going to give? Before we add them together, we'll look at the denominator and find their LCM. LCM simply means the lowest common multiple of these two numbers. Whatever we have gotten is what we are going to use to solve this problem. Now, I said 2 and 3. What is their LCM? I will divide these two numbers by 2. If I divide 2 by 2, I have 1. If I divide 2 by 3, it cannot go. I bring it down. I have to divide again by 3. If I divide 3 by 1, I have 1. If I divide 3 by 3, I have 1. Now, the LCM is 2 and 3. That is 2 times 3. And that will give us what? 6. This is the LCM of 2 and 3, which are the denominator of 1 over 2 and 1 over 3. So I place a line here and I put that 6. So now we are going to add them together. And how are we going to get? We'll simply take the denominator 2. We say 2, 6. That is 2 divided by what? 6. That is 2 divided by 6. What is it going to give us? It will give us what? 3. We put the 3 here. Now that 3 multiplied by the numerator, which is what? 1. And then we say plus. Now 3, the denominator of 1/3 divided by 6 will give us what? 2. You multiply it by the numerator, which is what? 1. And that will give us 3 times 1 is 3 plus 2 times 1, which is what? 2. All over what? The LCM. And that will give us 5 all over 6. And that is the answer. So the addition of 1/2 and 1/3 gives us what? 5/6. This is how to add proper fractions. We are still going to look at one or another example under this addition of fractions, which involve proper fraction. So we look at another example of addition of proper fraction. We have add 2/5 and 7/15. Add 2/5 and 7/15. This thing simply means 2/5 plus 7/15. As usual, we are going to look at the LCM of 5 and 15. 5 and 15. Find the LCM. You see, what number can divide 5 and as well divide 15? It is what? 5. 5 divide 5, you have 1. 5 divide 15, you have what? 3. Which other number will divide? It is 3. 3 divide 1 is 1. 3 divide 3 is 1. So the LCM is these two numbers, which is 5 times 3. And that gives us what? 15. So the LCM of the denominator 5 and 15 is what? 15. So you now say 5 divided by 15. And that will give us what? 3. Multiply it by the numerator, which is 2. Plus 15 divided 15 is 1. Divide it by the, multiply it by the numerator, which is what? 7. And that gives us 3 times 2 is 6. Plus 1 times 7 is 7. All over 15. And that gives us what? 13/15. This is the answer. Okay, that is, we have gotten the answer. We are now going to, I'm going to give you an assignment, an addition of proper fraction. So when you go home, you can go through it, and I also drop my WhatsApp number that you can use to send me the answer to your assignment. Now, assignment for students out there. Assignment number 1, I have add the following numbers, following fractions, following proper fractions. 7/21 plus 2/3. That's number 1. Number 2, 3/5 plus 4/7. This is my assignment. So if you finish, if you are interested, you can send the assignment to my WhatsApp number 08060608645. That is my WhatsApp number, 08060608645. Thank you. We will continue next time. The next time. Okay. Now, this is the number you use to send the assignment. Please, I'm pleading with you, subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe to my channel after watching the video. God bless you.